What's up, y'all? This your girl Jay Renee with Prison Riot Radio, and we have an installment of The Other Side of the Game where we talk to loved ones that talk about their experiences of having their loved one, not here, not in here on this side of the G wall. So today we have Akua Jackson, and she's going to be talking about her brother, which is Kwame Dutch Teague. I know this platform is very familiar with him, but we're going to get just another inside look and talk about some of the specifics of his case and, the things that we're trying to do to rally for his freedom. All right. Good afternoon, sis. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for coming on to talk about this. We often talk about everybody else, but sometimes we gotta bring it home and talk about those that are close to us as well.
Absolutely.
So tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Yes, I am Teague Jackson, and we are originally from North New Jersey. I was actually born in Hartford, Connecticut, but don't remember a second of it. Um, North New Jersey is what raised us, why we are who we are, especially with our parents too. But in North, we just got that in our community, at school. We got it everywhere. All of the pro-black everything. We got that everywhere. I initially came to North Carolina first with my mom, and then later, Kwame came to North Carolina to watch over baby sis to make sure I was doing the right thing.
Right. Okay. So, talking about watching over baby sis, that's definitely in his character. But let's talk about more like when y'all was growing up. Like, what kind of brother was he? What kind?
Oh my gosh! So I want to say, like, I tell the story that Kwame is the reason I was born. Like when he's 5 years older than me. We have an older brother and sister. They have a different mother, but he's the firstborn to our parents. And he asked the sister specifically. Of course, didn't work like that. But hey, he had got a little sister. And I would say that Kwame has been my hero from the very beginning, and he hasn't stopped being my hero still. So there's a picture of us in a car. I am not quite sure if one of my parents were driving or not, but there's a picture back in the day. Of course, we were born a while ago, and I don't think car seats were necessary. So Kwame and I are in the back seat, and there's this picture. The window is down a little bit, and it literally looks like I'm about to jump out of the window, and Kwame is grabbing me. So our parents were a little before their time in taking pictures. My thought now is, why the hell were y'all taking pictures? And it looks like I'm about to jump out the window, but I guess it was funny at the time. Like I said, I don't even know. I doubt that we were moving, but
Yeah.
so I would say as a baby, he was saving me. And like I said, he moved to North Carolina to make sure I was doing the right thing. He has always been a protector of me. Growing up, we were always close. We played together. I don't even think I had a lot of like girly toys because I wanted to play the football games and all the things with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, as we got older and we were in North Carolina, like he took me everywhere. Like what older brother does that?
Yeah, they
Like he
usually be
took me
trying to
everywhere.
run.
We always hung out. We hung out as family with, mutual friends. And he was always there. He told me later that, yes, that's why I came to North Carolina to make sure you were in line.
Right. Very loving relationship. I see it all over y'all. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so him being taken away like that over 30 years ago, like what was that like when it was going on? Can you remember how you was feeling? Like, what has that been like?
Absolutely. Like what I don't know if everyone knows, but Kwame was arrested on my 16th birthday. Like this is, 16 is a milestone for a lot of people, sweet 16th birthday. There was nothing sweet about my 16th birthday. I woke up in the morning to look at the news and see that my brother was arrested. So it was really the worst, I could say one of the worst days of my life. And it was very traumatic. It was a very hard time for me getting through life after, seeing that he was arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I thought it was going to be short term because I'm like, I know my brother didn't do this.
Mm-hmm.
But it was devastating. Like, we went to the trial, we were there throughout the trial, hearing everything. And I'm like, we're good. There's no evidence connecting my brother. Like, we are good. And so when we had the verdict, we heard the verdict, I was in this sense of disbelief, like, no, this is not happening, this is not real. I remember it was devastating for our entire family. We could not believe that that was the case. And I remember being in the courthouse, going into the bathroom and just crying. I was not consolable at the time because
Mm-hmm.
I could not believe that that was the outcome of the case.
Yeah, I'm sure it was like real surreal. Like I gotta be asleep right now. This
Mm-hmm.
can't be real life. Um, yeah, I know it could definitely be traumatic, especially on such a day like that. On your birthday and stuff, for it to go down
Mm-hmm.
like that. Um, Speaking on on the case, he is innocent. We're gonna make that a clear line in the sand. Um,
Absolutely.
I always say that the fact that he's been locked up for so long under something that he didn't do, and he can still be who he is, I think it's just a testament to just the type of person that he is. He's a good solid brother. He's not bitter or nothing like that, and a lot of people can't handle that even if they supposed to be there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's, I mean, I can go on. Like, of the two, Kwame is just definitely the much nicer of the two of us. He's the most forgiving, the most loving. I'm easily like, forget all of y'all, but that is not Kwame. Like, I, at times didn't like the fact that I had to share my brother because he would, especially, anyone, honestly, he would just cater to them. He would make sure everyone is up okay. Like, if everyone is not okay, then he's not okay. And I mean, it was like that with us growing up. If there was something wrong with someone, he was always there for them. And then I remember, whenever he would meet someone who was having a hard time, even if he didn't really have, he would share whatever it was that he had. Like, that's just who
Mm-hmm.
Kwame was. He was not going to make it to the top by himself. He was always going to pull people up. And despite how, him being incarcerated, and ideally, I would love for him to focus on him and only take care of him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
from the second he was incarcerated, he started thinking about how to help other people. He
Mm-hmm.
told our mother, he was like, yo, these people don't know how to read. And so he started teaching these people how to read. He was not getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
Like, he, created all of these opportunities for all these other people. And then he's so selfless. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he always puts so many other people first, which again, I would not prefer, but I
Right.
can't change who my brother is. Like, he's created this creative writing course that he teaches other people, and that other people are able to write books and screenplays and all of that. He always considers everyone else, even
Mm-hmm.
when trying to help himself, when it's usually not focusing on just him.
Yeah, and that's something that he's been doing over these decades. I know you talked about the creative writing class, but he's done so many other things. So tell us some things that he's been doing even though he's incarcerated.
Okay, yeah, Kwame has written several books. I remember the first one because I typed it up, The Adventures of Ghetto Sam, and The Glory of My Demise. Then he went on to write Dutch, and he went on to write several other novels. And Ghost wrote for a number of people. Dutch, 2021 was turned into a movie, and Dutch 2 has also come out. Um, Angel, a series on BET, came out of the Dutch character, a character from Dutch, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a series on BET. Then the other one is Legacy, is another series based on Kwame's work, but that comes from his story of Dynasty. He's a part of Prison Riot Radio along with you. He's on boards for formerly incarcerated bar business. He is very instrumental in a nonprofit called Lotus Village, which is working with kids aging out of foster care, also kids that are justice involved, and he's helping to create different curriculum for them, helping them out as well. I mean, the list goes on with what Kwame has accomplished. He has done so much. Um, I remember I went on to get my doctorate, and when I graduated, he got me a cake that says, "Congratulations, Dr. Baby Girl." And whereas he's like, "Oh, you've accomplished this big thing," to me, not that we're out here comparing, but what I've done does not compare to what Kwame has done, because he helps so many people with his accomplishments that is unreal.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's always putting things together that can assist other people that don't even give him any benefit, just so people can do better and do good. And, he's been doing that a long time. He's going to do it for a long time more. I want to ask you a question. So, I know you want him home. We want him home because, of course, he deserves to be home, and we love him and we want him home. But what, impact on society do you feel that he could have on this side of the wall, being free?
Kwame, that his potential impact has been very obvious from a very young age, not just from family, not just from us, but from people who didn't know him. I remember, my mother telling us the story of, I want to say it was his second grade teacher, like, Kwame is going to be the first black, Kwame can be the first black president of the United States. Like, some almost complete strangers
Right.
saw all of this in my brother. And so he can have that impact. Just think about the impact that he has had since incarcerated. Again, he wants to help everyone, not just him. I can't even measure all of the things that he would do, but I know he would definitely be a benefit to society. He's constantly working for others, and I know that that's who he was since he was born. That's who he continues to be, and that's who he's going to be once he's out.
Absolutely. I want to give you an opportunity if there's anything else that you want to say or feel that we might have missed, or just whatever you want. The floor is yours.
Yeah, of course. Definitely want to for my brother's case. We're working on a documentary, and we'll get that out and keep everybody in the loop of anything that we're doing. Right now, again, as I said, he doesn't just think about himself. In North Carolina, the litigation has changed, where people who were sentenced as juveniles, they're now restructuring their sentences. Um, but I'm a licensed psychologist, and anyone in this field knows, or anyone who knows about the aging in the brain and how the brain develops, knows that we're not fully developed. Our brains are not fully developed until about age 26. So the juvenile current sentencing stops, I want to say, at them turning 17 or 18. But Kwame's working on something where it's increasing the age until about 25. And again, he can focus on his case and just say, "Here's this petition, sign this petition to help, free me." But no, he's gathering all of these other people with him. The website, I want to say, is sentencetoyoung.com. And then there's also a petition there that hopefully we can add a link to at the bottom. But that's just another example of, instead of just focusing on himself and trying to get himself out, he's trying to help other people, even people he has never come in contact with. North Carolina needs to recognize this, because, we're not, think about when all of us were 18 or 19 years old. Like, we made dumb decisions back then. And so understanding that because we made dumb decisions, our brains weren't fully developed. Doesn't mean you're not going to make poor choices as an adult, but the reality of it is their brains were not fully developed. So increasing that age to cover everyone who science identifies as a juvenile, to incorporate them in this legislation as well.
We're definitely going to make sure that we put the link so everybody can see the petition and go to the website. You can get to the petition from the website, but I'll be sure to post both of them. I appreciate you for pulling up, sis, and just talking about, parts of Kwame that people don't know.
Yes.